in this room, it's going to be easy for us to play these games because there are lots of people to practice on. The webinar friends, we've asked for you to, invited you to include a friend with you, and so for those of you who have, we're glad that you've done that. And if you're there by yourself, don't worry. You can do this too. You can do this even though you're there by yourself because you have an energy body too. So now, friends, we begin working with subtle energy in these classes here in the physical dimension, working with other physical dimension people because it's easier. This is not the goal in this method. Our goal is subtle energy sensing with the higher dimensions. We start here and then we shift the focus up. The shift will come second. We start here right now. So don't get distracted by what we're doing now. Don't get confused, rather, by it. This is not the goal. We're just practicing here. Does that make sense? So now, when I say this in these classes, now we're going to work with subtle energy. There are 3 reactions. One reaction is, this is too basic. I already know this. And to you, if that's you, I would say, I've been working with this 23 years. I learn something new every day. There's always more. Reach for more. Keep going. The middle reaction is, yay, we're going to have fun. And yes, 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 we will. And the third reaction is, I don't think I can do this. I'm out, and it's only morning of the first day. So friends, I was a CPA for 20 years. That was not my first major. My first major was chemistry. I was a chemistry major for 2.5 years. I had this Western medical background. If it can be proven in a double-blind study, it's true, right? I don't know about this whole God thing. Yeah, and what happens when you die, I'm not sure. I just, got no basis to make a statement on that one way or the other. We can all do this. It's natural and normal. Children do it. Children do it all the time. We've all already been dead before. And when we're dead, we are only energy. Subtle energy is our only way of relating because that's all there is. And so just because you have a body, that doesn't have to hold you back. We can do this. We can do this. Don't worry. Step by step by step, it works. So we're going to go through this in many, many, many different ways so that you can find the way that's right for you. Everybody has their own way. Your way is right for you. We'll start with what works for you, and everything else will develop over time. Feeling in the hands is very common. We start with that. The felt sense, the inner knowing, it can be common. Empathy, visual, auditory, taste, smell, every way we can relate to life. In the physical dimension, we can relate to life in the higher dimension. Are you signaling me, Stephanie? Oh, okay, good. Okay. I wasn't sure. So, friends, pair up with somebody, not with the person you came with. If you know them well, if you don't know them well, that's fine. But don't pair up with your spouse or with your best friend. So, pair up and move your chairs to face each other so that you don't get neck aches. Feel free to rearrange the room. Teaching team, may I have a demo person?
Everybody's taken around me. I'll be your demo.
No, you won't. Who needs a partner? Hands up. Who else needs a partner? Hands up. Anyone else? Teresa needs a partner. Teaching team, someone pair with Teresa. Thank you so much. Donna, come be my subject, sweetie. Wait, Rebecca needs some? Okay, well, Rebecca with Teresa. That was harder than I thought it was going to be. Introduce yourself to your sharing partner. And now, webinar friends, you are your own sharing partner. This will work. This will work. We'll talk you through it. Well, I mean, webinar friends, if you're there by yourself, hopefully you have a friend with you. But if you're by yourself, this will work. Stay with me. Okay, friends, everyone ready? Now, or you can do whatever you want. Who was a child? Oh, me too. So now, when you were a child, did you ever play patty cake? Patty cake, baker's man. Now we're going to play chi patty cake, energy patty cake. And chi patty cake, unlike in regular patty cake, we do not actually touch our sharing partner. We play patty cake by drawing our hands toward the person, putting our focus on our hands, letting the energy build. Go ahead, you can start. Letting the energy build between the hands until you can start to feel something pushing back on you. Now, friends, wait just a second. Friends at home, you do this yourself. Solitaire chi patty cake, you can build a chi ball between your hands. Oh, Mary, are you going to be ours? Here, I'll do it. Never mind. Just do it like this. I need somebody demoing the pair also. Yeah. So I'll demo for solos, and Mary and Donna will demo for pairs. So, everybody understand the process? Who feels something already? Excellent. Who would like more time? No one wants more time with this? A little bit more time. Now, friends, we'll shift from chi patty cake to the chi taffy pull. Donna and Mary are showing this. I'm showing it for our solo friends, in which we bring our hands together and pull them apart. Bringing our hands together and pulling them apart. And here often people will feel the pulling on the backs of their hands or even their forearms or their fingers. With just like this. If you have a sharing partner, do this like Donna and Mary are. For our friends at home with no sharing partner, you can do this by yourself. Show of hands, who notices something so far? Good. Who would like more time with this? Okay, then we'll move to the next step, which is feel the field. Now, friends, I want to make very clear this is a hands-off adventure. We do not touch our sharing partner. We touch their energy body, not their physical body. In this adventure, choose somebody to be it first. And we can have the person with the longer hair be it first. It tends to work better, sorry. The person with the longer hair is it. The person with the shorter hair is the subject. So now, short hair people, I will talk to you first. Webinar friends, you're it both times. So short hair people who are not it, your job, passive but receptive. Passive but receptive. You can close your eyes and see, kind of like for bonus extra credit, see if you can feel when their hands touch your energy body. It feels a little bit like pressure. Now, long hair people, you're it first. So what we are going to do is first we'll alert our hands that it's game time, and then we will start to feel the energy around our sharing partner. You can start around the head. There's a lot of energy around the head. Just short hair person, just passive, receptive, eyes closed. Long hair people, move your hands around toward, just like with the chi patty cake, toward and away. It tickles. You're tickling her. Yes. Very good. And then start to feel for variations in the field. No one's energy body is entirely smooth. There will be places that have more energy and places that have less, places that are warmer and places that are cooler, places that are rougher and smoother. You can start to feel the rest of the energy body too. Friends at home, if you're doing this with yourself, you can feel your own energy. Start far enough away that you can come toward your energy field. So you stick your hands straight out if you're doing this by yourself, and then draw the focus to your head. And notice first, can you feel it in your head and in your hands as well? And then you can feel the rest of your energy body too. Show of hands, who feels something? Subjects, who feel something? Ha ha! This is fun. Who would like more time? A little bit more time. Who would like more time? A little bit more time. All right, friends, what we're going to do is switch places, and then you can tell each other what you noticed. So switch places first, tell each other second. So, long hair people, your job, passive but receptive, passive but receptive. Close your eyes, bonus points, see if you notice their hands touching you, yes? Short hair people, it's game time. Rub your hands, alert them that they're on. And then draw the hands toward the head of the other person with your focus on your hands. And notice if you can feel things pushing against it. It can be easier to feel it from a little bit farther away. Come at it from a distance. Something that is clearly not the person's head, and then draw it toward the person's head. Does that make sense? And friends at home, it's the same thing. Draw your hands toward yourself, toward yourself. And then, of course, feeling around the shoulders, the back. Look for the variations. Smooth or rough, hot or cold. Sometimes you can even feel emotions. Pressure or less pressure. Or tickle. Subjects who notices something. Nice, that's the long hair people. Short hair people, who notices something? Who would like more time? You're too close to her. You're too close. Okay, so start way back and then come at it. Well, just like, yeah, like right about here. Look. Poof. There, right there. Yeah, there you go. We have a good point being made here. If you're too close, you're inside their field, you're not going to be able to feel the boundary of their field as well as if you just start at a distance and then incoming until you hit something. Who would like more time? More time. Who would like more time? There are a lot of hands waving. Does anybody want more time? Shout it out. Yes, more time. Now, I notice that some people's sensing mechanisms are starting to shift, which is the natural thing that happens here. So what I'll say is, let's declare this particular exercise complete. Don't move your chairs. We're going to move to the next exercise. Share with your sharing partners what you notice, because I know if you don't, you won't hear anything else I say.
And then like that was a sensation, I guess. I don't know if that way to explain it now. It was like the coldness. Sometimes it can be and warmth when I was doing you. That's what I keep feeling is just like warmth. And there were some places where I did feel you.
And tomorrow morning we talk morning that we understand there's this pulse. Don't feel like we can help my lungs tomorrow morning. When we're not, not when we're not.
Wow. That's right. I had a note. Probably that's right. Because I
I'm so sorry to cut this off. There will be lunch. You can share at lunch. You can share at lunch. Friends, I just want to get a sense of the room. Who feels like they're still looking for their breakthrough on this? Nobody? One? There's usually a couple people.
You know, I mean, I'm just sort of feeling, but I'm not feeling anything special yet.
Okay, so that's okay. That's okay. So who feels like I'm not feeling anything yet? This isn't my way. So first things first, friends, it could be this isn't your way. You understand? This is why we go through lots of different ways. So we shall now segue from hands, which are a very common way that we start to sense energy, into some other things. The first thing that we'll shift to is being the person, actually feeling in your body what it feels like to be them. Whoa, 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 whoa. She's trying to sneak away. So, who's first? Long hair people first. Short hair people, your job, passive but receptive. Passive but receptive, same thing. Close your eyes, draw your focus into your energy body. See if you can notice something happening. This is just bonus for you, don't worry. Long hair people, draw your focus to the person. Now, I find it's helpful to actually close my eyes because so much distraction comes in visually. I draw my focus to that person. I'm thinking about them a lot, and I can sneak a peek every now and then to make sure I'm still thinking about them. And then I ask my body to show me how it feels to be them. Does that make sense? Try it. Long hair people. You might feel physical sensations. You might feel emotional sensations. You might feel anxious or tense when you didn't before, or conversely, peaceful and joyful when you didn't before. Show of hands. Who notices something? Excellent. Excellent. Who would like more time with this before we switch? A little more time. Don't be afraid to feel their pain. Have the intention to feel their pain. That's usually what we're blocking. You see, we usually don't want to feel pain. It's a habit. And so we want to block their pain at all costs, because don't we have enough of our own? And unfortunately, that blocks our own healing. Oh, wow. Good question. Hold on. Pick someone who loves you. Ask them in your head right now, would it be okay if I try and feel what you feel like? And then, just as before, tell them, okay, since I can't hear, I'm kind of heading in that direction, so give me a real clear signal if you don't want me to do this. Pick someone who loves you. Dogs are good with that. Okay, friends, let's switch. Let's switch now. Long hair people, your job, passive but receptive, passive but receptive, passive but receptive. Short hair people, first, wiggle around, clear your field. Don't be afraid to look crazy. They think you're crazy anyway for doing this. Okay, yeah, that's right. All right. Long hair people, passive but receptive. Short hair people. Don't be afraid to feel their pain. Maybe ask to feel their pain. Focus on them and open up. Don't worry, it will go. The pain comes and it goes. It doesn't stick around. Could be emotional, could be physical. It could be mental pain, which manifests as confusion often. Good job. Webinar friends, sense me. I love you. Show of hands, who notices something? Good. Who would like more time? More time. Show of hands now. Everybody who has sensed something so far. Something in some exercise so far. Good. Good. Briefly, share with each other or we won't be able to move on. Go ahead.
I definitely felt a shift in terms of how I was feeling. I felt a little more gray. Not exactly not who I was. I felt not who I
I was
was.
trying to find your pain. I kept like getting down here. It kept like stopping right here. Also, do you have like pain in your
Right, something's happening. That's what I feel like. There's some.
You did it, right? Like I'm trying to go up because I'm busy mentally and I just I didn't get it, but I just felt that feeling and it was
Maybe it means to be
tightness and just fear
Ha.
in this area. It hurt.
Please don't go away. Let me talk for just a minute to people who are feeling, I'm not sure I'm getting this. Two things. First, we'll work with you at lunch. We'll come back early from lunch to work with you with the webinar friends also. And secondly, two things. Right now, think out of the box. Think out of the box. There's this really famous study in psychology, the invisible gorilla study. Researchers at Harvard and University of Illinois paired up. They had subjects, and they told the subjects this was an exercise in concentration. Concentration. The subjects are to watch a basketball game. There's a white shirt team and a black shirt team. They are to count the number of times the white shirt team passes the basketball. The clock starts, the basketball game begins. The subjects are counting the number of times the white shirt team passes the basketball. A guy in a gorilla suit walks through the basketball game, stands in the center of the game, does the gorilla beat on the chest thing, and walks off the other side. Time's up. The experiment is concluded. The experimenters ask the participants, did you notice anything unusual? Now, who would think the gorilla would count as something unusual? I think so. 50%, half of the participants did not notice the gorilla. Half, because they're counting the number of times the white shirt team passes the basketball. So friends, no disrespect to your trading partner. That's the gorilla. You see, the energy body is the gorilla. It's right there for us. And so first, know you can do it. You can do it. When you're thinking, I can't do it, guess what? So know you can do this and that we're going to help you and that your guides and angels are here to help you right now. Right now. So flush that energy clear, top to bottom and bottom to top, side to side, friends, mixing it up, clearing all of your chakras in one fell swoop, the chakras in the body, that is. Now let's clear the chakras beneath the feet, between your feet and the center of the planet, all in one fell swoop, the earth chakras. And now let's clear the ones between your head and source in one fell swoop, the sky chakras, swishing the pillar of light once more, top to bottom and bottom to top. Do the gorilla thing! Oh! And we're going to try again. All right? All right. Now, over time, there are things you can do, we can all do to improve our sensitivity, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But right now, it's happening again. We will work just very quickly with vision and with hearing. Some people are very visual, others are not. Don't get attached to having vision. I only had vision when I was looking straight up to the guides. I was blind as a bat. Here in the, not with my 3D eyes worked just fine, but my subtle sensing did not work at all. I had perfectly clear vision to the higher dimensions. Isn't that interesting? It was a setup. It was a setup. But I didn't have it. And for years I wanted it. And finally I said, well, you know what? There's some reason I don't have it. I can just trust. I'm okay. I'm okay being blind as a bat. And I let it go. And then it happened. And then it happened. So, with anybody who's struggling to feel natural, it's normal, it's going to happen, why not now? So our next exercise, vision. You can do this yourselves. Now, our friends, Mary and Donna, will still stay in here because they're loving and very patient. And they're humoring me. But their point, what they're going to show is not much. So friends, because they'll be looking at each other with their subtle sensing, it doesn't look like much is happening. So notice your sharing partner. Notice them really well right now. And then close your eyes. Close your physical eyes. And draw your subtle sensing to them. And become aware of thoughts of visions. Thoughts of visions. They're like daydreams. They don't have to make any sense. You could see someone bouncing a ball. You could see the wind blowing leaves on a tree. You could see someone falling backwards. You could see a dirt road. Just notice. Webinar friends, use me. Show of hands who feels their mind is wandering. Aha! That's it! That's the thought! That's it! Sorry. Enthusiasm. It happens. Who would like more time? More time. I can feel you guys poking in my head. Good. Good job. Poke more. Ha. They're dissecting me to see if I'm the real deal. Some of them are. They are. It's okay. Do that. You can do that. You can always do that with me. I don't mind. I'm not hiding anything. Who would like more time? Just a tiny bit more time, and then we'll... Friends, if you want more time with this, you can continue to work with the visions. If you would like to switch to auditory, this is very useful. Yes and no often come through auditory signals. They can come through visual signals as well, but auditory is common. So if you would like to switch, same thing, except now you are opening to the ideas of words or sounds. It could be anything. It could be a bird, it could be a baby crying, it could be music, it could be words. Head poking is happening. Good job, head pokers. Show of hands who notices something. Ha-ha! Jan! Yay! Who would like more time? Okay, one last, and then we'll break for lunch. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. let's see, what do we have time for? Okay, let's just try scent. This is not very common, but some people have it. So wiggle around. Just to clear your field, you can rub your arms and legs, rub your body, just to kind of on your face, just to clear yourself a little bit. One last time. Same basic practice. You notice your sharing partner. Draw your focus to him or her. Close your eyes to eliminate that distraction. This is not about sniffing the body of your sharing partner. This is about smelling the energy. So just see if some idea of scent comes to you. This feels very strange. I have 60 people sniffing me. Show of hands who notices something. Excellent. Go, Diane. Who would like more time? More time. You can add the element of taste. Taste and scent are related. Don't lick your sharing partner. Ideas of taste. You say don't lick. Do they listen? I'm just joking. I'm just having fun. Who would like more time? Okay, friends, in all of these exercises, all of them, who felt something, noticed something, had an experience? That is good. That is wonderful. We're coming up on lunch, so let me explain the plan. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Share.
I just saw like a joint, like as a background, like green, like stuck like green window, like some flowers. It's terrible. The second to see everything. When she's in the mind zone, the dog, and maybe your chair.
But so my favorite colors,
like this.
I love flowers.
Yeah.
For my job, I would plant the trees.
No way.
The wonderful news is what happens next is lunch, and so you can continue this conversation in just 3 minutes. Very briefly, here's what the opportunity is, if you're comfortable enough, if you have something to work with, we're going to pick it up right after lunch at 2 o'clock. Please just let me finish this. Please stop talking right now. Please stop talking. In 3 minutes, you can continue. Thank you. I appreciate that. My voice has to last all weekend. And you see, I was an extraordinarily shy person. I know, it's hysterically funny, isn't it? They pick a shy CPA. What's up with that? And so, this is a weak part of my energy field. Well, a lot more. But anyway, so friends, in 30 minutes at 1:30, if you feel really stuck with this, if you have in your core a feeling of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go on with the rest of this class because I feel really shaky with this right now, come back in 30 minutes and we'll work with you. Webinar friends, chat in your name, type in your name and where you are, because we have you sorted geographically. It makes it easier for us to connect with you energetically if we know where you are. Just easier to find you. So tell us where you are and what your name is if you're feeling like, I don't know if I can go on, and we will work with you energetically. We're going to ask for higher dimension support to help you get through whatever it is that's going on, because all of you can do this. You see, everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. It's natural. It's normal. Children do it. Babies do it. Dead people do it. Just because you're an adult and in a body doesn't mean you can't do it too. You can do it. You can do it. We'll help you, and we're going to ask for higher dimension support. Welcome back, friends. Did you have a good lunch? Fabulous. I did. Thank you. Thank you very much. Some of you are lucky enough to be the keepers of the hula hoops for the moment. Hold them proudly. Hold them proudly. Proud hula hoops. Woo! Okay. Guess what we're going to do? Who knows? An opening process. We're going to realign with sacred space. Oh, we were hoping you would do that. Now, the point of the hula hoops is simply to help us all remember. And we have to remember that our concepts of ourselves are cumulative until an event happens to break the pattern. And so if we've been thinking of ourselves for a lifetime as small and helpless and needing to be helped by others, our chakras have absorbed that and shrunk. And so now the exercise is to see ourselves as the powerful creators of experience that we truly are. And so the more little tricks that we use, such as hula hoops right now, the easier it is for our mind to break the pattern. We just come at it from many different facets until the moment comes where we say, oh, I am a powerful creator of my life, and now let's fix this mess. Right, exactly. I was disabled, remember? Right. So hold those hula hoops up proudly, friends. If you're, well, you don't have to be up. I just meant hold them in front of you and look at them. And friends, if you don't have one right in front of you yourself, then look at them around you. And remember, you have many chakras. Every chakra of your body, which is centered roughly every 2 inches on your physical form, there's a major chakra. There they are, overlapping. And Linda pointed out that we have on the carpet these beautiful mandalas of overlapping circles. Some of them are fully overlapping. Some of them are only a couple people standing around. But they're a good representation of how group energies overlap. So now, friends, let's as a group and as individuals realign with sacred space. Hold it in front of you, sweetie. In front of you. There you go. There you go. Of course you're overlapping. That's the point. That's the point. There we go. So now, friends, let's drop into our bodies and just for a moment once again, Notice them. Let's not push away the reality of how it feels. This is how it feels right now. Acknowledge the messengers. Make a date to come back to them and give them the attention they want, need, and deserve. And then draw the focus into the heart chakra, which is huge, friends, which is huge. If yours is as small as a hula hoop, I would be surprised. Yours is way bigger than this room. Bigger than, yes, you have. So the hula hoop is just to trigger the thought of, I'm bigger than I think they are, bigger than the room, bigger than, you see? So many of you, just look at the size of the room and say, I'm bigger than that. And align the fullness of the heart chakra with universal presence, that big heart chakra with universal presence. Take our right and our responsibility to raise the vibration of every space we enter, every space we enter, every space we enter. Align with universal presence. This isn't about us having the great vibration. That's not it. We walk into a space and we align with spirit. Drawing in light and love from universal presence, straight into the front of the heart, filling the entire chakra so full of love, it bulges and expands and exhales out the back in a river of love. And now there's a river of love flowing through us and around us, front to back, front to back, front to back, flowing through us and through our lives. Be the powerful co-creator. Let the river flow and draw the focus now out the back, connecting to that element of divine presence you're most personally comfortable with. Find it by feel, by pitch, by vibration if you need to. Call it in by name if you want. You don't need to know what it is. Just say, whatever works best, that works too. Drawing it into the back of the heart until once again the fullness of the chakra bulges, expands with love, and now exhales out the front. And now the river of love is flowing in the back and out the front. Now I notice what's happening is several people are conceptualizing them wide, but forgetting that they're equally deep. So reach down into the planet as far, there, you got it. Good job. As far deep in the planet as you're reaching wide on either side, and flush the riverbed of the heart chakra clear. Heavy things settle down. It's true in the 3D world, and it's true in energy as well. Fear, grief, despair, hopelessness, they settle down. So wash the floor, the riverbed of the heart chakra clear. Back to front and front to back, swishing it back to front and front to back, side to side too. Why not? Coming at it from all directions. Nice. There you go. Now reaching to the feet and through the feet, connecting into the very center of the planet, and in some cases through the center of the planet to the center of the universe, however far you want to go, but draw up from at least the center of the planet. Father Earth and Mother Earth energy through us and around us in an upward rising river of love, especially at the back. I see a lot of people, and this is normal because our eyes are in the front of our head and our focus is forward, so that we tend to focus our energy, attention forward as well and forget about the back. Draw a river of light up our backs right now, from the center of the planet to the center of the universe, a wave of love at our backs, flushing up and down, back and front, up and down. I didn't say back to front. Up and down, top to bottom and bottom to top and back of us. And now letting that river of love flow, earth to sky, through us, around us, and through our lives. Reaching the focus to the crown and through the crown, connecting into source energy. The rainbow of healing frequencies, drawing in light, love, and healing, all the healing vibrations we currently have access to, all that we have ever had access to in any lifetime, all that we will ever have access to in any lifetime, drawing these through us, around us, a downward flowing river of love, letting the river flow sky to earth, swishing those rivers top to bottom and bottom to top, creating turbulence, cleansing, clearing, drawing the focus to the intersection area of heart chakra and vertical channels. There it goes, popping into a huge bubble of light and love, creating safe, sacred, private, healing, learning, growing space for us to do our work in today. Noticing the outside of the bubble, a huge bubble, but you can press on it even though it's miles away. Strong, light, bright, resilient, crackling with electricity. It's clear. Only beings that we invite in can join us. All others pass around. Private, sacred, healing space. Many of us are still considering ourselves much smaller than we actually are. Much smaller than we actually are. So invite everyone right now to focus on how big you think you are and double it. Better. Now, Focus on how big you think you are right now and double it. Better. Do it again. Focus on how big you think you are right now and double it. Yeah, some people are getting in the zone. Once more. Focus on how big you are right now, you think you are, and double it again. Now, friends, see if you can take one side of your heart chakra and hook it over the east coast of Florida. See if you can dip your fingers in the Atlantic Ocean. Who can? Feel. There you go. So now an equal distance, that's roughly 100 miles across the state as the bird flies or as the energy flows. 100 miles in both directions. There you go. Very good. Now into this bubble we're going to ask our guides, angels, healing light beings, all the higher dimension beings who are willing to join us. We're grateful, grateful, grateful for your presence. Let's notice this vortex pulsing around us. We'll talk about that in a moment. Taking away everything that's being released the moment it's being released, leaving us in continual sacred clear space. And because like attracts like, the living waters are flowing into this space. Sacred calls for more sacred. Living waters, divine love, liquid love, flowing into the space, pooling on the floor. And now we are ready, ready, ready to continue our day. And we're going to continue our day with the conversation of creating sacred space with the opening process. We just did it. This part of the class breaks down because I don't know how to get the hula hoops out of your hands gracefully. So do whatever it is you need to do, and we will pass them into the inside maybe. Thank you. And we will deal with them later. I beg your pardon? Do the hula? Yeah, that wouldn't look as pretty as you think. Oh, okay, I'll use that as my excuse. It's the little ones. They're hard. I've tried it with the big ones too. It's me. I'm the problem. So friends, with the opening process, we'll go through briefly what we've already discussed and then go through in a little depth what we've skipped over or skimmed over before. Of course, we start with our bodies because to ignore our bodies, when most of us have been doing our best to ignore our bodies for a long time, is first disrespectful to the body and second doesn't really work, you see, because that part of it, of our energy field is staying on alert, saying, will you please notice me? I've been bringing you this pain very patiently for a full 7 years and you have not been paying attention. What's it going to take? 7 years wasn't my case. That was my situation. May you not have that. May you not have that. But we start with that. And then, of course, we move into clearing our own energy bodies, clearing our own heart chakras, clearing our own pillars of light, flushing them with love, so that when we proceed to working with our subject, we can feel the difference. You see, first we need to know what it feels like to be us. And many of us have been avoiding this as hard as we possibly can for most of our lives. Who can relate to that? This is normal. It's almost a universal human experience. Life hands us tough stuff. It always does. It always does. And then we can shrink from it. We often shrink from it, especially when it happens as children, which it pretty much always does, right? So, we first come to know what we feel like, and then we start this beautiful process. And we get to know what we feel like, and we do our best to clear ourselves out of the way so that spirit is flowing through us, so that we have energy flowing through us 2 directions, or as many directions as you like. I like to mix it up. I like to go for like spinning gyroscope. Definitely feels wonderful, and also it creates a more clear experience. But we start somewhere. So we start with this effective geometric shape of an axis across. Then we start to merge. And now, friends, we merge. May I merge my energy with yours right now, Diane? Just as, okay. So we start by bringing our focus to the other person, and we notice them. And we become aware of the beauty of their soul and what a blessing it would be to serve such a person. And we stop holding ourselves back. And we just become them. We become them. And we can feel there's lots of little tricks. I can check my energy. Like I'm checking, I have myself and you, and I'm bringing my hands together, and I'm checking. Does it go all the way down to the center of the planet? And then I check in back of myself, because that's a place that we can miss. Does it go all the way down to the center of the planet? Checking this side all the way up, all the way down. Good. Now I have become her. I am her. I don't know what to do with this yet, but I have become her. Now I'm going to leave now. Thank you. Thank you. When we start to learn this, especially if we have background in other energy healing, it takes a little bit of time to first just not be afraid. Not only is nothing bad going to happen, this is how the miracle of simultaneous healing occurs. This is what changes our lives when we're helping their guides change their lives. This is how we're healed at the same time. So when we come to realize that, we get over that fear, which is just false. It's just a false fear, because look, we're overlapping energy all the time anyway. And so in the classes, when we get to the practices over and over again, you'll hear, deepen the merge, deepen the merge, deepen the merge. And this isn't, it's just a process. You understand? It's a process of learning. And so there are lots of little tricks. We can even step closer to the massage table, just in little steps, because otherwise you'll run out of room really fast. But to have the intention to be stepping deeper and deeper and checking behind you and checking through you too. I've seen people, students in these classes, when I say, okay, make sure the energy is around you, they'll take the energy and wrap it all around them, keeping it outside of their skin. No, merge, really merge. Then, now you're merged to the best of your abilities at that stage. We begin again to clear the energy, but now we're doing it for the two of us. May I again? Happens faster the second time around. And so now we merge our combined heart chakra. We align our combined heart chakra with universal presence. I feel as though she and I are one. And now when I'm flushing the heart clear, yes, energy expansion. And often in the merge, during the process of merging, yawning can happen because you feel more energy running through the system, because you have taken two people's energy and put them into one system. So then we're aligning this system that has become our shared system with universal presence, drawing light and love through the heart, swishing the heart chakras just as we did for ourselves, and now we're doing it for the two of us. But it's as if we are one. The pillar of light for the two of us, and it's as if we can use these exercises of clearing the heart chakra and clearing the pillar to sew our energy bodies even more deeply together. Does that make sense? Pulling the energy through the two of us at the same time sews the energy together even more. Whew. Whew. And then we come to this moment where we have cleared the energy cross, and we start to draw our focus to that intersection area of heart chakra and vertical channels, which is big, you see, but it's still a focal point. So we draw in so much love. Energy follows thought. Love is energy. We're aligned with divine flow. We focus on that intersection. A lot of divine energy goes into it. Does that make sense? And then there's this magic moment where you've got the critical mass. You've formed a critical mass of love, and it pops into a bubble. You don't make it pop. It just pops. When that first started happening, I thought, what was that and what just went wrong? Nothing went wrong. It was something gone right. Something gone right, not something gone wrong. When the bubble pops, you've put your focus on the bubble. And if this happens quickly, so if you're sitting there waiting for the bubble to pop, you missed it. It just happened fast. It happens fast. It happens fast. We ask, Source responds. Does this make sense? So we draw the focus to that intersection. The bubble pops. Notice the bubble. Notice the outside of it. You can feel it with your hands, even though it's miles away. Is anybody hung up on that? There's no limitation of space-time. Bob, can you feel me pushing on your head? Right. The webinar people were sniffing my field because I asked them to. Because I asked them to, and I could feel them sniffing my field. There's no limitation of space-time. That's an illusion. So you can feel the bubble, no matter how big it is. Press on it. Convince you. Congratulations on your energy expansion. You see how in our society we're taught yawns are rude, right? Coughing is not only rude, but really kind of despicable. Sneezing, get ye out the door, right? All of those things are change. Energy body responses to change. So you see how our society is saying, sit down and be just like you are. Don't change. Change, 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 change. Now is the time to change, friends. Our world needs help now. Now is the time. Change. So in my presence, cough, sneeze, yawn, burp, fart if you have to. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Let yourself change. Don't suppress it. So we formed the bubble. And now you declare it safe, sacred, private, healing space. It's in the appendix. You can add whatever words you want. But by your word, you make it so. By your intention, you make it so. You say, I claim this. I claim this by divine right. We have the right to live our lives in sacred space. Wherever you are. In an operating room. In a chemistry lab. In Price Waterhouse, too. You have the right to live your life in sacred space. Claim it. Claim it. So, then, we turn our attention to the vortex, which is a tornado of love, a white tornado, a spinning white tornado. And this particular one is very large. You will learn to make them. It's so simple you'll think I'm lying to you. And your vortices will start at whatever size they begin at. They're like babies. They're born at the perfect size and they grow. So, we notice it and we thank it. Thank you for taking away the gunk that we're getting ready to release in this healing session. Because that's the goal. Letting go and drawing in. Letting go of what's not serving us, drawing in what we're ready for. And then the living waters, and we'll talk about them too, but they come in. Like attracts like, love attracts love, clear sacred space attracts more clear sacred energy. As the vortex works, naturally and normally the living waters will begin to flow into a space. You can speed it up by asking. Then, we invite in the guides, the angels. Here we have this bubble, we have the vortex and living waters running. Ask for the higher dimension beings to show up. This doesn't mean dead people. Many dead people are wonderful people. I have nothing against dead people. I have a lot of dead friends. But I'm not inviting them into my healing sessions. I want to work with angels, with light beings, with guides, with higher dimension beings. The dead people, thank you. I love you. Go play. I'll be there soon. Right then is an interesting moment. 2:22, divine feminine time. Yes. Divine goddess. So, yeah, you'll get used to me. Or not. Some people don't. They say, oh my God, and run. Which is okay. Which is okay. But right then, you have an important moment. You have your guides present with you. You have this space. You ask your guides for permission to do the work with this person. In these classes, you can assume the answer is yes. As you're learning, you can assume the answer is yes. But sometimes the moment will come when you ask your guides for permission and your guides will say, no! And you'll realize, oh my gosh, I knew I wasn't supposed to do this. I knew I wasn't supposed to do this. I knew I should have said no. I knew I should have canceled. Now what? So friends, you can test it 20 or 30 times like I did if you want. Or you can just test it once or twice. And if they say no, there's a reason. There's a reason, and it's a good reason. And it's not going to go well. If you try and push past that, it's just going to be what my daughter calls a classic struggle fest. The messages won't come, the energy won't shift, it's not going to be fun. So if in that moment the guides say no, you can check it and say, what? What? Really? It's no? And then you can ask, is it no forever, or is it just no right now? How about next week? How about next month? How about next year? And sometimes they will say, look, it's just not right now. Give it a little bit of time. And sometimes they'll say, look, what are you doing? But it's a real question. And then after you ask your guides for permission, you put your focus once again on the higher self of your subject, which we've done at the beginning to create a healing attitude. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But right now we just ask their higher self for permission. You can think of the higher self as the guardian of the access channel to their guides. The higher self is up above the person holding the gateway, so to speak, to the guides. And so if you try to bypass the higher self, how is the higher self going to feel about you? Not maybe so good. I mean, maybe it's a generous higher self, a kind and understanding higher self and compassionate, and hopefully it'll just say, oh, learner's permit, go on. But sometimes, have some respect. You want my guides? Yeah, we'll see. So party down. So ask the higher self for permission, and the higher self will give you whatever permission he or she gives. It is not for us to argue. If the higher self gives you a tiny sliver of access, that's what you work inside of, the tiny sliver of access. If the higher self gives you doors open, fabulous, fabulous. But the person has already given you permission with their conscious mind to whatever degree he or she wants. We honor that access. We do not push open doors that the person doesn't want to have us open. And we honor the access of the higher soul. So we work inside of the most limited access. Does that make sense? The access that both parties, the conscious mind and the higher soul, agree you can work in. And that way, they can relax. Both the conscious self and the higher self can relax. They're not going to have to push you out of their closets. They don't want you barging in or nosing around. They can accept the healing that they're willing to accept. Does that make sense? This goes to the question of people who reject healing. Often they're really just wanting to keep us away from something. Just don't look in that door. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to talk about it. And if we just let them know, I'm not going to look in that door. It's fine. Then they can relax. Does that make sense? And then, there we are. We're merged. We're in the bubble. We have permission. We have the access. And now we draw our intuitive channels up to the guides. Now, if you've been working with intuition for a while, you have developed your intuitive channels. 99.99% of the time, people have developed them out into the world or into the future. So they're pointing out to scope out what's going on and what's going to happen, and checking out their back too, just in case no creepy crawlies sneak up on me. The thing about that is that we're trying to keep ourselves safe. That's what that is all about. It's fine. I have no objection to that, except that it puts the burden on us to keep ourselves safe. So if we take those intuitive channels and point them up to our guides, I trust my guides are going to keep me safe. Up to my guides. It's as if there are literally tubes that lock into place. You can feel them as you start to get more and more energy sensitive. Click into place, and divine essence starts to flow through. And now who's safe? That is how we actually are safe, because now the full power of the universe is flowing through us and around us. So we take our intuitive channels and point them up to our subject's guides. We're merged with him or her. We have become him or her. We don't need to sense him or her. Focus up. There was somebody, Roxanne on the webinar. Was it Roxanne? Somebody, maybe not. One of those people were already having the channels up point, and the reason you weren't feeling anything in the subtle energy exercises is you're not supposed to put your energy down. Don't put it down. Keep your focus up. Skip that part. Move to the next one. It's coming soon. Anybody? Yes, Lori.
If you create your pillar of light and you don't ask for protection and support, are you still protected?
So if you forget to ask for protection and support, I think you are still protected. Everybody's operating at a different level. You see, we all have our own things that we're working on. For most of us, we have big, big, big learner's permits, you see? And so we can forget to ask all kinds of things. And our guides love us. Nobody's ever being tricked. Our guides love us so much. If the moment comes that you feel like you have your channels up and the protection isn't there, then you've crossed over that line into the next stage, and we'll talk about that. Okay? Because there is a next stage where now it's time to take some responsibility. Draw up your energy. Draw up your energy. My lifelong story is who's taking Landmark Forum classes in here? You know how you have to come up with, yay! You have to come up with your story. Yeah, my story was, I'm the responsible one. You know, I do it all. Nobody else does a darn thing. That's my story. So, whose responsibility is it to draw up support? Mine. It's my responsibility. When I draw up support, the support is there. When I forget to do that, it's not there. Yeah. So, in the opening process, because we're practicing it as a group with people who've already heard the same thing that you have, there can be a tendency to just talk each other through it. And in the healing work, this is our job. This is what we're responsible for. We are responsible for creating sacred space. So we're going to pair up right now and go to tables, and I'll just walk you through it very quickly. Find somebody who you don't know and find a table. And very, very quickly, no hesitation, because that's where fear comes in. Keep going. I will walk you through it. All right, friends. Someone get on the table. Someone get on the table and lie down. Just head for an empty table, and the other person will also do the same. Teaching team, I think we have one odd person. Someone please pair. Someone please pair with the person in the corner. There's someone without a partner. Thank you. Now every table should have a person on it and a person next to it. Does every table have a person on it and a person next to it? Bob, would you work with Marianne? Thank you. Now, people on the table, webinar friends, you are not the person on the table if you're alone. But you can work with me. Well, it's going to be hard because I'm yapping. Teaching team, will somebody sit here and face the camera and be the subject for the, thank you, for the webinar people. You can sit. You can take the chair and turn it to work for you. Okay. Now, subjects on the table, your job. Passive but receptive. Passive but receptive. Don't do a thing. Don't block a thing. Okay? What we're going to do is practice an opening process and then close it down. Switch places, practice an opening process, and close it down. Just this very first step. Yes? All right. Facilitators, standing people. I would like to note that in this work you don't have to stand. You can sit. You can do whatever you want. Be comfortable. There are chairs supposedly right there for all of you. So if you want to sit, feel free to sit. This is divine energy healing. You could be floating upside down on your head. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, friends. Now, close your eyes. Drop into your own body. Notice it. Flush your heart chakra back to front, front to back, side to side. Don't be afraid to use your hands. Using hands adds action to thought. We encourage you to speak the words out, use hand motions. Thought, word, and deed. Thought, word, and deed. It's much more powerful than just thinking it in your head. Swish your energy bodies top to bottom and bottom to top. Just for fun, draw the focus to your own chakra, heart chakra and vertical channel intersection. Ooh, feel it pop. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. Nice. Now, notice your subject. Just notice them. And just for a moment, notice their higher souls, or have the intention to become aware of how fabulous their higher soul is. This is who we're truly serving. When we notice them, what a blessing it is to serve such a person. And now, start to merge in, start to become one with them. It can help to step in closer, 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 having the intention to step in closer, closer, step in closer, closer. I could be talking to you. Take a step closer, 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 closer. There you go, there you go. Have the intention to check that you're merged at the shoulders, merged at the hips, merged at the feet, and merged at the pillar beneath the feet. Excellent, 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 excellent. Let the coughs and burps and yawns and shifts happen. Don't suppress, don't suppress, don't suppress. Now, to deepen the merge even more, let's notice the joint heart chakra, and it doesn't matter that they're lying down and you're standing. This is divine energy healing. It prepares you for doing distance work, to just align the heart chakras and start to draw light and love from universal presence into the fullness of this joint heart chakra, through and around, letting it flow front to back, for the two of us, front to back. I bet that's a wild ride. Front to back, front to back, front to back, front to back. Now reaching out the back of the heart chakra. She's got a big, tough energy body. She can take it. Reaching out the back of the heart chakra, connecting to that element of divine presence that both you and your subject are both most personally comfortable with, and it doesn't matter who it is. You don't have to have the same belief system. Just draw it into the back, the fullness of the heart. There's only source behind everything anyway. Into the fullness of the heart chakra of the two of you, and let it weave, like drawing it like sewing, like knitting, weaving things more closely together, drawing it in the back and out the front for the two of you, as if you could draw it in your back and out his or her chest. Does that make sense? Or vice versa, in his or her back and out your chest. In the back and out the front, in the back and out the front, as big as it is for you as an individual. I said chest, and I meant centered in the chest, not just the chest. That was a poor choice of words, and I apologize. Swishing the chakras back to front and front to back, the heart chakras back to front and front to back. Now putting the focus on that mutual pillar of light, the mutual feet, your feet becoming his or her feet. See your feet as one. Feel your feet as one. Feel your feet coming together. Drawing from the center of the planet now, divine Father Earth and Mother Earth energy through the two of your feet, the four of your feet, through all of your feet, which are one feet, drawing them up to source, from the center of the planet to the center of the universe, through this pillar, knitting you even closer together, weaving you even closer together, letting the yawns happen, letting the coughs happen, letting the shifts happen. Very good, very good. Now draw the focus to the intersection of heart chakra, and vertical channels, and bubbles are popping all over the room. Wonderful, wonderful. That happened really fast. Notice the vortex now, this tornado of white light spinning around you, taking away everything that's being released, the moment it's being released, and the living water is a waterfall of love. Don't worry, the awareness will come. If it's here with you right now, good for you. If it isn't, don't worry, it's coming, it's coming. And now populate the bubble. Invite in the guides, the angels, the light beings, the higher dimension beings. Claim it. Safe, sacred, private healing space. Very good. Now, ask your guides for permission just to get in the habit of it. Permission to do this work with my new friend today. Guidance, support, protection in the process. And now ask their higher self for permission to do this work with them. Let them know you'll honor their limitations. You're not going to push open their doors. And now ask their guides to make contact. Put your channels up. You can draw them up with your hands. You can feel them going up. Draw them up, channels up, channels up. Ask their guides to open the doors. And now, since we're here, let's just ask for whatever this person needs most. And however that relates to you, for you to have simultaneous healing. There are always miraculous pairings. We don't need to know what the person's issues are. Whatever they need most, may we both be helped with it. Whatever they need most, give us help for both of us. Keep that upward rising energy flowing. I see some people collapsing their fields. Keep your upward rising energy flowing. Better. Stay strong while you ask for help. This isn't about getting, weak, help us. No, be strong and ask for help. Be strong and ask for help. There you go. There you go. Much, much, much better. Excellent work, actually. All we're practicing right now is the opening process. So great work. Now we're going to do a speed close. So first we ask for mistakes to be corrected. Isn't it wonderful that we can do that? Asking for the omissions to be included. Things that were done poorly, may they be done well. Everything made divinely perfect. We'll get to the closing process later. Right now we're just practicing the opening. So this will be very quick. So all of us brought to a right vibration and alignment right now, and now separate. The gift is given, we are complete. Your energy to you, mine to me. Yours to you, mine to me. Yours to you, mine to me. Separating, separating. Using hands and even backing up can help you remind yourself, keep your focus on what you're doing. You're separating, you're separating, you're separating. This isn't getting rid of their icky energy. That's not it at all. It's that now it's time to be complete with this. So now we take the bubble we started with, expanding it with our intention 1,000,000 and billion times over. So there's so much light and love. No one can feel shortchanged as we right now split the bubbles, split them into separate bubbles. One for you, one for your subject, one for everyone else you touched, everyone encased in light, and we draw the bubbles down into the plan. Click, locked, we are complete. Ha! Awesome work! Oh, that was so great! You guys did great! So, new subjects on the table, new facilitators standing. Dawn is having fun. She wants that chair. All right. Subjects. 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 People on the table. People on the tables. Your job. Passive but receptive. Passive but receptive. Passive but receptive. Facilitators. People standing up. Are you ready? First, just close your eyes for a moment. Notice your body. Notice the laughter in the next room. Notice what is. Clear your own energy body, top to bottom and bottom to top. And front to back and back to front, or side to side. Draw your own focus to your own intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels, and feel that nice cleanse that comes with the bubble. Nice. Now, notice your subject, and just for a moment, notice their higher selves. This is who we're truly serving. What a blessing. What a blessing to work with someone like this. And now have the intention to start to merge, to start to become them, to know what it is to be them, to actually be them. It can help to take these tiny little steps in just to help yourself remember that's what you're doing. You can use your hands to weave your energy together with theirs, coming in the back. Is that all right? Weaving the energy with theirs, weaving the energy with theirs. Step in. I see people holding themselves back. Blend the shoulders, blend the belly buttons, blend the hips, blend the knees, blend the feet, one set of feet. Blend the chakras beneath the feet. One pillar. Better, good, better, good. Now we'll start to deepen this. Have the intention to draw universal presence, light and love from Source into the fullness of the shared heart chakra, using that to sew your energy bodies even more closely together, drawing the energy from Source into the front of the heart chakra, which is the two of you, that the two of you share, and out the back, in the front and out the back, that river of love flowing through and around the two of you, which is now one person, the two of you, which is now one person, letting the river flow front to back, front to back, front to back. And now draw the focus out the back, connecting to that element of divine presence that this person is, you are both most personally comfortable with. You don't need to know what it is, and it doesn't have to be the same person. Inviting in divine presence into the fullness of the back of the heart chakra for the two of you. Letting it come in. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. This is divine presence. All these different labels that we use are confusing to us. There's only one source. Drawing it into the back, and everything is a manifestation of that. At the heart of it, there's only one of us here. Drawing this into the back, letting the river flow back to front, swishing the rivers back to front and front to back, noticing how this is helping you become even more deeply connected, deeply merged, deeply one. And now draw the focus down to the center of the planet through these mutual feet, and draw up divine planetary energy, Father Earth and Mother Earth, through the two of you, which is one, as if you can draw energy through her feet or his feet and feel it in your own body, drawing it through and around. Don't worry about the different configurations. We do this intentionally to help you get over that hurdle so that when you go to working distantly, that isn't a problem for you. You understand that space and time are not a problem. They're just an illusion. Now draw the focus to the intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels for the two of you. Wow. And critical masses of love are being reached and bubbles are popping. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now notice the outside of the bubble. Strong, light, bright, resilient, made of love, crackling with electricity, made of light. Now claim it. Safe, sacred, private healing space. Claim it. By your word, you make it so. With your intention, you make it so. Don't collapse. Keep that earth energy rising up. Be strong and claim it. And now ask for the guides, the angels, healing beings to join you in the bubble. Higher dimension healers, join you. Go ahead and ask your guide for permission, just to get into the habit of it. Do I have permission to do this? Final check. Final reality check. Do I have permission? In these classes, you can assume yes. And now, before we take the next step, just notice the vortex. Notice it pulsing around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Notice the living waters. Feel them flowing through you and around you, the two of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, drawing the focus to your subject's higher self, ask for permission. Whatever permission they give is fine. Permission to work in their energy body and with their guides. Whatever access they give us is fine. It's not for us to argue. We accept whatever they say. Their answer is the right answer. Very good. And now, you're in your bubble. You're merged, deep in the merge again, deep in the merge, deep in the merge. I see hips being held back. You can even with your physical body kind of arc your body forward just a little bit. It'll help you forward, not backward. Forward, not backward. Push your hips forward, and it'll help you deepen the merge. Push your hips forward, hips. All right. So then, now, ask their guides to open up the channels. Put your focus up. Put your focus up to their guides, to your subject's guides. Put the focus up, channels up, focus up, and ask their guides to make contact with you for their blessing, for their healing, for their benefit, for the benefit of your subject. And now, because we have this space here, this space, sacred space created, and you have a channel to the higher dimensions, let's just ask for whatever healing this person needs most and for you to share in it. Because for sure, you have some vibration in your system or you wouldn't be working with them right now. We don't need to know what it is they need the most. We ask for help, whatever they need the most, and may we simultaneously be healed. Once more, ask for help, whatever they need most, and may we simultaneously be healed. And again, asking for help, whatever they need most. There we go. And now we trust. The gift is given, we are complete. The gift is given, we are complete. So we start the process of separating. Wonderful energy shift. Your energy to you, mine to me. The gift is given, we are complete. It's not that we're getting rid of their icky energy. There is no icky energy. Energy is just energy. It's that we are complete, and now we reestablish ourselves as two separate beings. Drawing your energy, releasing theirs. Drawing your energy, releasing theirs. It can help to step back a little. It can help to use your hands to separate. Oh. I didn't ask for mistakes to be corrected. Let's ask for that mistake to be corrected, shall we? Ha-ha! Let's ask right now for mistakes to be corrected, omissions to be included, things that were done poorly to be done well, and everything done well to be done perfectly, 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 perfectly. Thank goodness for divine energy healing, where we just do our best and our mistakes are corrected. So now we separate once more, grounding, stabilizing, setting the energy, grounding, stabilizing, separating. Taking that bubble of light we started with, expanding it 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000 times over until there's so much light that no one can feel shortchanged. And now splitting it into individual bubbles. One for you, one for your subject, one for anyone you touched, everyone encased in light, drawing all the bubbles down into the plan, locking them in place. And we are complete. Thank you, thank you. Give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey! Good job! That was fabulous, friends. Donna, give feedback to the webinars.
Excellent job. Good going. Oh, there you go. Excellent job. Good going. Congratulations.
Woo-hoo!
That was great. Yeah, woohoo.
There you go. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Do you like my art? Can you tell that I took music in school? Not art. Not art. It looks professional, yes. Well, this was actually my printer, my Sir Speedy in Sarasota. I highly recommend them. They're wonderful people. They're wonderful people. I was talking with at least 2 people during the break who who are very intuitive and have well-developed what I call intuitive channels. Do the webinar people have it up? Thank you. So hi webinar friends. Type in and tell us, how was that exercise for you? Donna was having a blast. We'll hear the answers as they come in. So if you've been working with energy, you have long, well-developed intuitive channels. If you have not been working with energy, you still have intuitive channels, but they tend to be shorter and finer, hair like mine, you know? So it seems that throughout human history, we have had our intuitive channels primarily out into the world. We want to know if the saber-toothed tigers are coming. We want to know what's happening in the future. People want to know what's happening. This is a commonly ways, questions, or intentions for healing are commonly phrased. People will come in the door and say, I want to know how this is going to turn out. Especially with love relationships and money things. I want to know how this is going to turn out. That is a channels out question. Tell me what the future holds. That is not what we are doing here. Channels up questions are, what should I do in this situation? What is the right thing for me to do in this situation? Can you hear the difference between that? We don't know how it's going to turn out. It might turn out differently than we think it should. But when we do the right thing, the universe responds. The universe responds. Life is only ever between us and Source. It may seem that it's between us and other people, but that's an illusion. It's only ever between us and Source. In the short term, that person might say no, but if we've done the right thing, Source responds. Source responds. So we learn in this work to draw our intuitive focus up. Draw it up. And what happens is that this creates a much more healthy energy body. I used to have my channels out into the world because I didn't know, nobody told me about this. Who's had this conversation with anyone? Right? Nobody tells you this stuff. So I'm developing intuition. You want me to develop intuition? All right. Let me see about this. And things started happening, and then all kinds of fun things started happening, including my house being invaded by entities and dead people, and all these things that happen when we have our channels out into the world. We find that things don't always work well when we do this. So when we instead draw our focus up to our guides, it helps our pillar of light get stronger. We draw our focus up, 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 up. The question is not trying to intuit what's going on around us. The question is, what do I need to know about this situation? What do I need to know? So we're getting ready to make that shift right now. The point is, as we turn our focus up, we open to the highest possible frequencies or vibrations, letting them flow through us. We keep our upward rising energy flowing. Keep that earth energy flowing, or when the source energy comes down, poof, you're off the earth like a hot air balloon. That is not the goal. We can't help up there. It feels great. In the moment we let go, and then it starts to feel very not great because our lives aren't working. I call it lost in space. We're lost in space. So the goal is not to do that. The goal is not to let go. The goal is to stay strong. Upward rising energy. It's still coming up. I'm sorry about this. This was the best I could do. It's good enough for now. Maybe I'll figure out some way to make it better in the future. That is the goal. Our focus is up. Our channels are up. We're still drawing earth energy up. We're living in a pillar of light. We have the right to live our lives in sacred space. Here's how. Forming a pillar of light so big we can't fall out of it. We can't lunge out of it. Everything that comes to us comes through the pillar of light, comes through sacred energy, divine energy, high frequencies. Oh, this is a great idea. What we're going to do next is we started out playing chi patty cake with each other. So now, friends, alert your hands. It's game time. Put your things down. We're getting ready to play chi patty cake, but we're playing it with our guides. All right? Focus up. Focus up. Our guides have been waiting a lifetime for this moment. You know it. You know it. They have. So, patty cake with the guides. Let's do it. Now, focus on your hands. You played chi patty cake. Notice. Ask your guides. Come play chi patty cake with me. Who feels something? Wave or like, shout it out. Yay! Woohoo! You guys look really funny. It looks like a revival. Or it could be a stick up. Who knows? So now, sometimes if you don't have to hold your hands up like that, and I know shoulders and arms can get a little upset, so you can also bring them down and hold your hands in front of you and ask your guides to press on one hand. Just one. Who notices? Isn't that, you should see the faces. They're going, oh! That's right. Is that fabulous or what? Yes. Now, sometimes people at this point say, I don't feel anything, but now I'm getting a headache. So what that means is your guide is pressing on your head for what, or neck. Okay, there you go. What's that? It's your guide. So show of hands, who feels something from their guides? Oh, fabulous. Webinar friends, type in, yes, I do too, and then we'll collect those as they come in. And I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Here's the thing. Our guides are with us every moment. They've been with us lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. They're wise, enlightened, evolved beings. They know exactly what we need, and they're always here. They're always here. Quick question.
Were our guides ever incarnated or no?
Were our guides ever incarnated? I have asked this question many times, and the answer is always consistently this. Whatever we are, right now we're humans on Earth. Not all of us in this room, but the people who are sitting in these chairs are humans on Earth. Okay, wow. Most of us here are humans on Earth. There are apparently some chairs that have higher dimension beings sitting in them. So thank you for joining us. We're honored and grateful for your presence. So the guides have experience in whatever it is we're doing. Our guides know what it's like to be human. They've been human. That doesn't mean it's been recent. That doesn't mean it's been recent. They're not your grandma, no matter how fabulous she was. I had a wonderful grandmother too. Those are not our guides. Our guides very, very, very rarely incarnate. That is the 0.0001%. That is the rare event. So just take as your working theory, you don't know a guide in a body. But you do know a guide out of body. One more, Linda?
We have 7 people saying yes, 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 and one person says not sure, another person says very blissful, loving presence.
Oh, wonderful. Who is that?
That is Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Yeah.
Yes. Did that help you at lunch, Lorraine? Did Mary help? Not to put you on the spot. We'll let her respond because it takes time. Yes. Okay. See, space-time is no object. We were working one-on-one with people in webinars. They weren't even there, you see. We connect in. We find out what they need, channels up to their guides. We do it, type it in. Later, they get the response, and it worked. Yeah?
Lorraine also asked, does that mean we are guides also on some level?
Lorraine, you have a body, I suspect. So we can take as our working theory, if we have a body, we aren't a guide. We can be trainees, we can be working, we can be helping. But I brought my body today, and I noticed that most of you did too. So let's just take it as our working theory that we aren't guides. We aren't guides. If that's wrong, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. Okay, so friends, what we're getting ready to do now is wonderful. Is wonderful. Now, the point of this exercise, we're going to go to the higher dimensions right now. The point of this exercise is not that we need to go hopping up and down multidimensionally to do this work. The point of this exercise is to flush the connections clear between us and our guides. The more jumping up and down we do today, the wider our channels get. So, do you remember your Central Life Challenge? Who needs more time to think about what it is? You got it, right? Central Life Challenge. Whatever you're struggling with right now in life. Everybody's got it. So, what we're going to do is gather up our Central Life Challenge again. We're going to take it upstairs and hand it to our guides like we're giving a box to the UPS guy. You see, we don't get weird about it. Oh, take my problems, please. We give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. So, what we're doing technically, is just flushing the channels clear. That's why we're doing this, but while we're at it, there's gold everywhere. Let's take our Central Life Challenge and hand it up to our guide, shall we? Okay, let me get a sip of water. Just very quickly flush our energy bodies clear, side to side through the heart, top to bottom, bottom to top through the vertical channels, focusing on the pillar, drawing up that earth energy. The more earth energy we have, the higher we fly. What I'm going to do is we'll move up to the top of our head till we're perched on our head like a little bird, and then I'll count from 1 to 3, and on the count of 3 we'll jump as high as we can, and we'll double that several times, going twice as high, twice as high, twice as high, until we're as high as we can go. And then we call our guides to come and meet us. They will. They've been waiting your life long to do this. And we hand them the box of problems like you're giving it to the UPS guy. Now, then we'll fall back down to earth, come back into the body, do it 2 or 3 times, depending on how it goes, to flush the channels clear. But while we're at it, let's hand the box over. Ready, friends? Draw up that earth energy. The more earth energy we have, the higher we fly. Father Earth, Mother Earth, rising through us and around us in an upward rising river of love, letting your focus rise to the crown until you're perched on the top of your head like a little bird. And on the count of 3, jump as high as ever you can. Forceful exhaling helps. 1, 2, 3, go! Doubling the distance this time. 1, 2, 3, go! Twice as far again. 1, 2, 3, go! One more time. 1, 2, 3, go! Call your guides to come and meet you and hand them the box of problems. Whew. My ears are popping. Now, if we've truly gone as high as we could, we can't sustain the vibration. And so you'll feel yourself falling back down. Don't fight it. We're flushing the channels clear. What we want to do is go up and down, up and down. So let yourself come back into your body. Draw your head, your crowns wider. There's no need for headaches. There's no need for discomfort. If there's neck tightness, draw it out like pulling a normal hat into a sombrero. Drawing this out, out, out. And now draw the focus down through the system, to the feet, through the feet, down into the center of the planet, right down into the center of the planet, drawing up Father Earth and Mother Earth, letting this wave of upward rising earth energy crest again, letting our energy rise through us now to the top of the head like we're a little bird perched on the top of the head. On the count of 3, friends, here we go. Jump as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, go! Twice as far this time. 1, 2, 3, go! And again, doubling the distance. 1, 2, 3, go! One more time. 1, 2, 3, go! Final push into the 5th dimensions. 1, 2, 3, go! Call your guides to come and meet you and hand them the box of problems. Who notices that box getting smaller or lighter? Yeah. Let yourself fall back down. Stretch your crown out again if you feel headachy. There's no need for discomfort. There's no need for discomfort. Now, friends, if you feel like that's enough, respect that feeling. Don't push yourself. Honor it. If you want to do it again, for the overachievers in the group, we can do this again. Dive down into your feet and into the very center of the planet, drawing up Father Earth and Mother Earth through us and around us, letting the river of love, of earth energy rise up, 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 through us and around us, letting your focus ride to the top of your head like on the crest of a wave, like a little bird. On the count of 3, as high as ever you can. 1, 2, 3, go! Twice as far this time. 1, 2, 3, go! Doubling the distance. 1, 2, 3, go! Once more. 1, 2, 3, go! Once more into the 5th dimension. 1, 2, 3, go! Calling your guides to come and meet you and hand them the problems. Thank you. Done with that problem. Just declare it. Fini. We don't need to understand how that solution is going to occur. I saw that. You think I can't see your thoughts. Sorry. I saw the thoughts of, well, how's that going to happen? There we go. We don't need to know. That part will become clear. Letting the focus come down back into the body. Again, if there's any pain, tightness, pressure, discomfort, there's no need for it. Expanding out wherever there's tightness. If you feel weird, queasy, draw the focus down, down, down. Is everybody okay in webinar land? Everybody okay here in the room? Who noticed ears popping? Yeah. Isn't that fascinating? Our ears pop when we go to the higher dimensions. Good. Thank you. I'm glad you're fine in webinar land. Comments? Questions? You do something like that every day? How can there be no comments or questions? Elaine.
I have a comment about how it happens,
Yeah.
and how I would address that is that we're making a declaration that spirit or whatever is taking those problems, and we don't have to know how, we just have to know what.
We just have to trust that somehow our answer, our solution, our help, our blessing is coming. Anything else? Because next thing that happens is restroom and movement break.